So there are 4 bodies of work that we all need to do to get better at engaging across cultures and undoing systems of oppression. One body of work is awareness work. So that's any work you would have people in your organization doing that looks at self. This is where I ask myself, what bias do I have? What stereotypes do I hold? How have I been socialized? What privileges do I have because of an identity that I hold? So this is the work that typically will bring up shame and guilt in white people, and for people of color, if they're new to doing personal work, they'll often feel anger, and also can feel guilt and shame, but anger at just kind of learning about this journey's work. So awareness work is the work that I always tell people, just kind of be prepared that you're going to get some disruption in your organization, that it's not going to go smoothly, like you would hope. This is messy. The other body of work is knowledge, and knowledge work is about others. So what is the work that you're doing to understand the different people that you work with and the different people that you're there to serve? So I think of this work as like a fish doesn't know it's wet. I'm just living my life. And so unless I take out the time to understand other people, I'm going to think that everybody else's norms are my norms. So I always say in my presentations, at the end of the day, people of color often go home and say, "Oh, it was tough being Black today." And it's not because necessarily somebody did or said something that was offensive, but how much we had to leave ourselves behind. The other thing about knowledge is it's about history. So not only does our work focus on race, so we use race as a model to teach people how to do the work. We'll bring in examples like I just did with you of other groups, but really our focus is on race. And it's within a U.S. context. Our history can help to provide understanding of what might be going on in a given situation. The third component is skills, and skills are adaptive, they're not technical. And one of the challenges, I just got off a phone call yesterday with someone as a consultant. People will often say, just, tell me what to do. As leaders in your organization, you're going to hear a lot of that after, initial work. And I think that's because in white culture, it is a very outcome-based culture. There is a problem, now let's solve it. And this work is adaptive, meaning that there is no quick book, easy cookbook or manual. This is not a quick fix kind of problem. This is about us learning how to have conversations that we weren't taught how to have with one another, so that then we can come together and then begin to think about the fourth component, which is action and advocacy. What can we do within our organization to create institutional change? So the first 3 bodies of work is what we refer to as cultural competence. It's about the interpersonal work. It's how I engage you, how you engage me, how you engage staff. But we're really doing that interpersonal work, developing our lens, understanding of self, knowledge of others, so that we're engaging more effectively across cultures. So now we can sit down and work on what can we do to change our systems. That as my lens is shifting, I now see that, ooh, that's a sexist image there that I didn't see before. I need to take that down. There's a way in which it can be done individually. We want that, and collectively. So the idea behind the work is that it's a journey. It is not an event. I'm sharing, anytime I work with groups, I'm sharing with them what I've come to understand. Even with skills work, we tell them it's not if you're going to make mistakes, it's when you're going to make mistakes. It's when you offend. So we don't teach people even how not to offend. I truly don't know how to do that myself. I have some skills. I try to practice them. Sometimes I do it well. Other times I make things worse. But I'm not going to give up on this journey. And that's what you're wanting for your organization, is for people to show a commitment to the ongoing work. What Cultures Connecting does is we do a keynote on that framework. We can have thousands of people in the room. I'm doing most of the work. You have this loose framework to kind of guide you. So what are we needing to do? Are we needing to go back to awareness? Did we jump to skills too quickly? Is it time to start looking at skills and knowing that each of these 4 pillars are really about social justice? This is how you create an organization that is embedded in social justice practices.